1 of the Criminal Law Amendment Act. What it essentially means, as the court had indicated to you initially, that in the ordinary course of business, the prescribed minimum sentence by the legislature is one of life imprisonment, unless there are seen to be truly substantial and compelling circumstances present that will cause this court to justify a deviation in the imposition of the prescribed minimum sentence. So, this is a very, very important phase and stage of the proceedings. It is a time that you will have to lay yourself bare and open to the court and take the court into your confidence relating to each and every single aspect of your existence and your life in relation to what the court must take into account. So to that extent, I believe it's important. You are still fairly young, am I correct? Yes. I am given to understand from the documents of record that you are a university graduate. So I want you to take your time. You are willing, the court will give you each and every opportunity to call whoever you would like to come and testify on your behalf in mitigation of sentence. You can call whatever reports that you'd like to present and place before the court. You can place it before the court. This is a phase of the proceedings on many occasions not given sufficient emphasis upon. This is ultimately the most important part which the court believes in any matter, because whatever sentence it imposes, exercising its discretion, must be just and fair to the society as well as just and fair to you. So I want you to take your time, and you are more than welcome to engage your counsel and to call whoever you wish to call in respect of mitigation of sentence. Place whatever evidence you want to place before this court so that the court can have the full picture before it imposes a suitable sentence upon you. Specifically, I want you to engage Ms. Ndlovu relating to what are substantial and compelling circumstances which will cause the court to deviate. So take your time. The report that Ms. Ndlovu is going to apply for, you're going to get a social worker coming to see you. A probation officer will come and see you. You must be able to have an open discussion, tell them exactly what you want to say, and place every single aspect and facet of your life in that report so the court can make a proper, informed decision when imposing a sentence against you. Do you understand? Are you comfortable? Good, thank you. Mr. Badenhorst. Yes.
I would suggest, and I know practice we normally call our witnesses, that we postpone now, for example, 8 weeks for the brief sentence report. Then all this other evidence is going to stand. Because if we deal with it now, today, tomorrow, this week, or wherever, we can deal with that evidence, and obviously we postpone for the brief sentence report. So if anything came out, then we think it's included in the report.
But generally, if I understand the procedure, correct me if I misunderstand it. But I understand that when we come to the pre-sentencing part, it's normally the accused who goes first.
That's correct.
And if we now turn the tables, remember, Ms. Ndlovu has not had the opportunity to consult with the accused when it comes to the pre-sentence proceedings. She has not had the benefit of having a report before her in order to be able to apply her mind and to make a determination as to what other witnesses that she may intend to call. She will not also have the opportunity to know how to challenge the evidence of the state witnesses at this point in time. You understand? Because there may be certain things that may come out in the report which she may want to put to your state witnesses. So I understand and appreciate your sterling efforts in trying to finalize the matter or to circumvent the delay. But I think we've made extremely good strides in terms of the matter. We are at the point where we're now at the pre-sentence proceedings. I'm told, how long would the report take?
Lord, can I just make a suggestion? From my own personal experience,
Yes.
what's important to get those reports as quick as possible is firstly, my colleague and I should work together, because obviously if they're going to do a pre-sentence, I will look at maybe a victim impact.
Yes, yes.
And one thing that I know is it's important that before we leave today that we get as much information from the accused as possible. Family members' addresses, telephone numbers, his prison number, any information that will help the probation officers easily trace his witness, as well as the accused in prison. And I find that if you do that, it actually speeds up the process. But normally it's about 6 to 8 weeks, my lord.
So also, Mr. Hlabangwane, remember, this court can take into account any evidence that you put before it. So no matter how simple you may think evidence could be that may not be sufficiently important, put it before the court. This is your opportunity now. You haven't, throughout the trial, spoken much, but now is the time that we'd like to hear you, okay? Good. You will be guided by your counsel. I think we'll have to postpone the matter. For how long, Mr. Badenhorst?
My lord, I would say let's go for 6 weeks. Hopefully we do a merit
6 weeks would take us where?
My lord, we are today the 31st of January. So takes us to the 14th of March. I see it is still interim.
Oh.
Because the term ends, the 24th is the last Friday of the term.
So let's go for what day of the week is the 14th?
It's a Tuesday, like today, my lord.
Mr. Glover?
14th of
March.
14th of March, that will be a Tuesday.
Lord, what I want to suggest, maybe what we should do, and it's also part of my experience, maybe we should just postpone this case for a week. So that next week we can come back and just confirm all the documents are in, and we've done everything that needs. And if we need anything more from
so
the
you're saying instead of giving it a long postponement and then to discover on the 14th of March that something is not given, we'll give it about a week. You want to give it a week or 2 weeks?
I'd say about a week, my lord. That should be sufficient for us to put the paperwork in place, and then obviously if there's something missing, we need more information from the accused, or we can get the probation officer on that day just to come say, okay, she needs this and this and this. I think sometimes I find if you do that, it actually speeds up the process.
I think a week could be a bit short.
Okay,
But just go to maybe next week. What is next week Friday's date?
That would be today is the 31st, the 10th. The 10th. So maybe we go to the 10th, my lord, and then
Mr. Dogo, how would that be? I
we'll
think
know
that would be
whether
better.
everything's in place too.
I think that would be better. If I remember correctly, I stand to be corrected. We need to fill in these forms. They need to be sent to the department. And after that, then they have to allocate a person who is specifically dealing with the accused. So
But I think
we can try the 10th.
Let's bring it to the 10th so we continually case manage it. In the event that there's any challenges, then we can deal with it. Instead of coming back, from experience you will know, coming back after 6 weeks and suddenly you find a probation officer was never contacted.
We can try the 10th.
Yeah, I believe we don't want to unnecessarily delay the matter.
Yeah, that
I
definitely
think it's a
will
good
help.
suggestion, Mr. Badenhorst.
Then I can maybe see if we've got a probation officer, I can ask the PA to come and tell the court when she will be ready. So I will even try that. But
I think, Mr. Dogo, to a large extent, some of the logistical arrangements, leave it to Mr. Badenhorst. Let him do it.
It would seem that he is volunteering to take over.
And I will
Or is that how you understood it as well? Because that's how I understood it.
That's how I'm understanding it.
And I can say to you thus far, with all the experience the court has had with Mr. Badenhorst, he's never let the court down.
I will assist, my lord.
Good. Excellent. I think that's a good idea. Right. Thank you, Mr. Hlabangwane. You can stand, sir. Good. As the court explained to you, the court is now moving over to the next phase of the proceedings, and that is to be able to impose a suitable sentence upon you. And in order to be able to do that, and in order for the court to be able to apply its discretion properly, it has to have all the necessary information before it. Your counsel has indicated that it's important that a pre-sentence report, a probation officer report, is presented to the court. That will obviously take into account your personal circumstances, your interpersonal relationships. It will focus on you as an individual. And in order for the court to be able to get that report, it takes at least about 6 weeks. But I don't want it to happen that we postpone the matter for 6 weeks. We find administratively that there is a challenge, and you come back after 6 weeks in March, and we are exactly where we are today, and nothing has happened. I suppose also for yourself, you would like to get this matter behind you, and you'd like to continue with your life. Am I right? Yes. So, we're going to then postpone the matter just for a short period of time to case manage it in order to be able to see that all the relevant role players that are involved in the matter are all together, and that we can move forward to finalizing the matter after obtaining the report. In the circumstances then, your matter is postponed back to the High Court of South Africa, Gauteng Division, Johannesburg, sitting here the Magistrates Court, Palm Ridge, DC 13, to Friday, the 10th day of February 2023 at 09 hours 30 or soon thereafter, as the matter shall be heard. It's a date, provisional date, regarding an update on the pre-sentence reports and those arrangements. You are in custody. You shall remain in custody until next week. Do you understand? Good, thank you. Thank you. Good, thank you. Mr. Barnos, are there any other matters?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Ndlovu, anything from your side?